I'm just getting further up there around this corner of this old farm track, and I'm just looking down below. There's some lovely waterfalls coming down faster and faster, and there's loads of white rapid water down there where I was looking at earlier on. But yeah, really high up here. I'm about 50 feet up from the river or the stream. But looking ahead there, you see I'm coming to the top of the valley, whereas you'll be cutting through the trees and you'll be getting onto the main road because this valley goes no further. So I'll have to go on this track where I'm on, well, temporary track, and go up there as far as it'll take us. But that waterfall down there looks lovely. You go further along the track and then drop down the side there, and then you can drop down right next to the waterfalls. So bye for now, people. So that's looking back along the farmer's type track that went to sort of a dead end because of all the fallen trees. So I had a bit of a scramble. I had to go down and round and back up again on the top, and I've just basically followed this as far as it'll take us, and I'm watching the stream running down below us as I'm going, and I've come across that big wide part there. There's a waterfall just above that one, just hitting out the side, and there's some more higher up. So what a beautiful spot this is. If you could find a nice soft flat part, you could do a wild camp up here. It'd be lovely right next to that water source. Just let you listen to the roar of the water going over those rapids there. So the stream is going all the way at the top there to the end of the valley, and there's like a big gap in the trees there, so I think you've just got to go through the gap and you come up onto the main road. Hopefully then I'll know where I am. So bye for now. Right, so as you can see, I'm right to the top of the valley now, as far as you can go, and the stream is just bending around this last little turn there in tiny little rapids, but the big ones are just down there. So you can come to this part here, slide down the embankment, walk back on yourself and go to that bit of an embankment right above those waterfalls I've just been looking down on. So you've got a nice water source here, so when this all dries out and you can find a flat part, it's a nice place to come up here and do a wild camp, because there's not many people walk past you up here because you're right at the top of the valley and down bottom of the trees here, so you're sheltered. Just find a couple of trees somewhere and just roll out your bivvy and jump in underneath the trees for a bit of shelter. Beautiful. Of course, you're right next to the water source. Go and get your water, boil it up, filter it, use it for your cooking or your drinking later on when you're parched after a long walk. Right, I'm dying to see where this is going to bring me out, to see where on the road it brings us out. I hope it's like near the S-bend that we were, the double S-bend. At the first part of it though, first layer. I'm very, very curious to see where this is coming out. Right, so bye for now, people. Okay, so that's looking back to the track where I came from, at the top of the valley where it bends out the left, the farmer's track where I took, and then it's like a yellow marker pointing straight ahead to here. Then you come to the end of here, and then you've got this stream running downhill and all this snow on the top of it, so you wouldn't dare stand on that. You just go straight through and just drop right down into the little river running below it. So it'd be dangerous to try and cross that. You can see the hole in the snow there, it's like a bridge. So you have to go up the side of the path there and cross over higher up and go through these trees. Now, trying to remember the map, at the top of this valley, there's two gaps in the trees, like there's that one there, where that main river's going through, and there must be another one up there going through as well. So it depends on which one you want to try to go through and get onto the road at the far side. So I think what people have done, hang on a minute, I'll turn around. I think they've gone to the bottom there, stepped over the river, the stream, and gone along the bottom there, skirt around that tree, and gone into the forest that way. So I'll try the bottom first. If I can't, I'll come back, step over here again, come back to where I'm standing now, and then try and clamber up there and go around to the right where there's a bit of a gap in the trees there. See where it turns out up there. So no matter which way I go, I've got a bit of a scramble, but I've got my Lara Croft head on today, so onwards and upwards, people. I'm going to go through that one there. So bye for now. Right, so I've just had to put my camera inside my jacket, zip it up to keep it steady while I just try to get across the stream as best I can. And I've come up this side, and I'm going to try and find a path through the trees here, or follow the stream all the way through this gap in the trees, because somewhere at the far end there you come onto the road where it's all new territory at the moment. I might even have to scramble up through the trees that way as well, because I can see the sun shining through on the top where it's clearing. So I'll see what it's like further along, see if I can get along first. If not, I'll have to go up and over. So back. Right, as you can see, there's no clear footpath along the bottom. It just goes sheer out, you drop it back into the water. You can walk so far to about there, and then there's just no pathway on either side. It's just like a deep ravine. So it looks like I'm going to have to start going up. And there's a clearing in the trees there with the sun shining through, so I think I'll go up to that and see if I can get up a little bit further. Because I'm nearly there, like I'm nearly at the top of the road. So I don't want to give up now, so bye for now. Right, so after getting to the top of the farm track as far as I could get, I had to cross the little stream at the bottom there. I come along the bottom as far up the stream as I could, then there was no pathway along the bottom. So I had to clamber through about 25 foot of trees at the bottom there. And I came up this dead fern, and I'm now like on a grassy, soddy embankment which is steep. And it's going up there where the sun's shining through the trees at the top. So I'm going up and over there to see where I come out. Right, I've just had a hell of a scramble coming up from the end of the valley down below after coming through trees 25 to 30 foot. Then I had to climb, I had to put a new battery in. So after following the bottom valley right the way along as far as I could go, I crossed the stream at the bottom, came along the tree line as far as I could get, but then it was just like a gully with no pathways either side. So I had to scramble uphill. So I came through about 25 to 30 foot of trees. Then I came up like a grassy embankment down there. Then eventually I got to that tree line that you can see down there. And then I came across this lot, like little Christmas trees and trees chopped down. So I've had a hell of a job getting through them to come back up onto the track here. So it's just down there I've came up from, at this turning point where I'm standing now in the track. And that's looking back down the way we came up the other day. And I can see right along the valley back towards the car. So after all that scrambling, at least I found out where the valley comes out at the end. And I also found out where that farmer's track goes up, right round the top the other side, over there. So I found out a few good things today. But it's really hot now, I can see the heat wave across the track there ahead of us. So I think I've done enough exploring for one day. I think I'll head back now for the jog. But I'm quite happy that I found out where that bottom valley goes to and how to get back down onto it. So bye for now. Right, so I'm heading back down now towards the car, going back to the normal proper valley, back to the car, which is straight ahead there. And I've come across that marker on the side of the track there with a yellow arrow in it. Now I'm just wondering if that's there to signify that there might be a path or a track goes down through these trees to make it easier to get down to the bottom valley where I've just come up from. It's just strange that there's a marker there, but it's just telling you straight on. But I'm sure there's a couple more further down as well. But that's obviously if you go all the way down there, you come back down the stream that I've just come up from into the valley. So that's that marker there next to an old post. So obviously as I go down here, you can see straight ahead the loggers track that goes up and over, and you get some beautiful views from up there back down in the valley towards the car. That's where we went the other day up there. After I come up here, we do the quadruple S bend, so that's hard going uphill all the way. Right, so bye for now people. Here's this turning point in all the road, and a gap in the trees just here. So I'll try and remember all these. Just helps you memorise the tracks and the paths when you do the Google Maps and that. And there's that signpost harvesting ahead. So basically the harvesting at the top of that hill straight ahead. And there's another wood marker further down there on the right with the yellow arrow. And that looks like an old farm track that goes off to the right through the trees at this turning point here. And that's looking back to where I've just come down from after coming up, scrambling up the hill. I'm knackered, I'm hot now and all with the sun beaming down on us. So I'm glad I've got my thin red jacket on today, not my big one with a fleece lining. I would have been cooking. Right, so onwards and upwards down here, bend round the left and then go down the quadruple S-bend. Out of curiosity, when I got to the wooden marker on the side of the road, there was like a clearing in the trees here where you can see the grass through. So curiosity's killed the cat now. So I've come through to this clearing just above the valley that I've come up from. And there's evidence of an old track, which is probably what I was looking for before, which will go down and round and drop down the bottom valley. So I'll go at the edge and look down because I'm in the clearing now. I haven't got to scramble about. But there's certain tracks look like they're going down, but they've been covered over the years, so they're non-existent anymore. But that's looking all the way down the way I've just come from, down there. And there is like walking tracks going down, or sheep's trails or something going down there, look. But obviously it'll be really, really steep. There's a fence post there now on the right. So there's a sheer drop all the way down. So I would imagine to get down you've got to start going down on a zigzag. And I think this will be the track that I've seen on the maps, because it'll go down, round, and then it'll come back parallel on itself and drop down gently. Right, let's go further towards the edge and look down. See if I can look down towards the river again. Right, I can see some more fence posts going all the way down the hill. So I passed them on the bottom when I looked across the river. So it's going straight down all the way. And this looks to be like an old track that I'm on now, looking down, going through the trees there. But it'll still be a bit of a scramble getting down to the bottom. So I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to go back through here and get back on the track, the road. So bye for now, people. Just satisfy me curiosity. Right, so just further down from that marker where I've just come back through the trees, there is a bit of a track on the side of the road here, going off there. And that'll probably bend around the right as well and go down through the trees. So that may be the old one as well. Another thing to take notice of. You can see all the piles of logs on top of the hill, and that pathway goes right over the far side and drops down into the valley where I left the Y-shape to come over the ford by the round homestead to go up that valley I've just been along. And there's a brick wall starting here that goes all the way down there. So that's what looks like the track. You follow the wall all the way down and it probably bends around the right and goes down. But it looks a bit like Hadrian's Wall starting here. Covered in trees at the minute, tree stumps. So you can follow that wall all the way down, I suppose. Right, so bye for now, people. Heading back down now and going back to the car for a well-earned rest. Looking over the far side of that little bit gully ahead of us, there's some farmers' tracks going into the trees there. And then obviously you can snake around the right of them. There's a gap in the trees between the top trees and the bottom ones. So obviously the track, you can see there's a clearing, it'll go straight along the top. And that may be the one that goes along round to the left first and then drops down. And then bends round to the right and drops down parallel to the stream at the bottom. I never noticed that before, but now that I'm coming down the way, you can see it. So I'll just make a note of it where it's going off on the side of this road here. There's still snow in the tyre tracks, and you can see the wall still going up. So that track must have followed the wall, went through the wall and then dropped down. Just looking to see if there's any gate in the wall, anything, or a gap. Just along the bottom there. No, it's just I can just see bits of the wall still, but no particular point where it goes through the trees and down. So there's something else you'd have to explore walking through there. But I'm not going to date myself because I'm absolutely knackered now. So it's onwards and upwards down this road. So tool pip, back tally ho. Right, that's where me and Jay went along the other day when we came up here, after we came up the quad S-bend, and we went up there and we followed like a little pathway with arrows going into the forestry on the right hand side there in the gap. on the side of the road, and we went so far and it just the pathway disappeared, so I had to come back to the road. Then we came back down here and then just continue up where I've just come from on my journey round the back of the to find the Whiteburn Shank cottage. And I've just noticed on the rock here the green spray paint, which means EDS. So something sprayed in green on the road here. Don't know what it's saying, like S-O-T, that is a south. But the green arrow there pointing that way where I've just come from, and that means EDS, wherever EDS is. Right, so back down, round the quad track, and back down at the bottom Valley Road, and then turn right and head towards back to the car. So toodle pip and tally ho from a beautiful, dry, sunny KIDLAND Forest. There's the other marker. So you come up the quad path, up the round and round, the S-bends, and then you can go straight on there and go up the loggers track across the top of the ridge where you can look down into the valley, or you can go right there and keep going right round up to the top of KIDLAND Forest where we went the other day. Still snow on the road here, look. Right, I'm just about nearly down the quadruple S-bend, and obviously if you look straight across on the side of the mountain there's a straight line going right the way at the top of the trees there, next door to a baldy patch, and they're the kind of things that you look for, so you can remember when you're looking at the maps roughly where you are on the road. So we came up here to take a bit of a shortcut down at the corner there, but it was a bit of a scramble up over the trees. Just looking for it now. Started going all the way around there and then down. We'll cut up here somewhere. Did a shortcut through this fern. That's right, I came up here. Right, I better stop recording now in case I slip and fall. I'll go rolling downhill. So bye for now. Right, so that's me down from the quadruple S-bend, and I've just taken that little shortcut that we took before. It's easier coming down like, but you just got to watch where you're putting your feet. Instead of going all the way around the track and then coming back down here, you just cut that corner off. There's the yellow marker to say that you can go up there. So the stream is just to the left, and that bends round, snakes round, goes right alongside the S-bend as well as you're going up. Right, so I've just got to follow this track all the way down now, past the two homesteads, through the gate, past the upside down V on the road, and then past the official track going into the Whiteburn Shank cottage where I went, over the ford. So I'm on the way back to the bottom valley in the car. So bye for now, people. It's funny how you notice things when you come back and do the opposite direction of the tracks that you've come along before. I'm just going back round to where I'll be close to the official gate to go into the forest to go to Whiteburn Shank, and I've noticed the telegraph line poles stop at this round old homestead there, where there's a yellow marker post here as well, and obviously you go off to the valley along there. So I wonder why the telegraph poles have stopped there. There's no further lines go across towards any farmers or anything, so I'll have to work that out and see why it stopped. But there's a stream coming zigzagging down from up there, and I know that there is like an old farm. I don't know if it's like a bothy or something up there in the trees at the back end. So if you go to the upside down V pathway where that next gate is up there and follow it up and round, you take a track off to the left and it takes you into the building. So it must be a bit like Whiteburn Shank cottage. I don't know if it's used or not. But there's a little turnstile climb over thing up there as well in the corner of the trees. So that's the stream coming all the way down, going under the road here. And down there into the main stream, and going all the way down to the main gateway I go into the forest. And there's a little round homestead here where the last telegraph pole is. It's weird that they come all the way along here and just stop there. So I was heading round down to the next round homestead and then the official gate, and I'll see the wooden footbridge across the stream where I first started off. I actually got past it this time. I went across the wooden bridge because I didn't have the dog, and I actually walked across the top of 2 trees that had fallen across the stream, and that's how I got into the main track without getting my feet wet for the first time, because the first ford is running quite fast and deep, because obviously the further down the river the wider it gets and faster it's run. Right, so I'm nearly back round the corner to the next homestead. Looking back round, there's the round homestead there on the right hand side, and there's the gate up ahead for where the Y-shaped road that goes up the hill there to that building, wherever it is. So bye for now. As you can see across the other side of the stream there's absolutely loads and loads and loads of fallen trees crisscrossing each other, falling down to the bottom. So even if you did cross the stream here where it's not so wide and fast, you still can't walk along the bottom to get towards where the official gate is going in and get past the first ford that way. Just impossible. So that's what it's like right along the forest. All fallen trees crisscrossing each other. Nightmare. Well, that's looking back down towards the newish concrete bridge and the little footbridge that goes across the stream at the bottom there, where the official track goes in, the yellow one. Oh, water coming my way with a big coat on in the sun. He must be really hot and no hat on and all. Right, so bye for now, people. Heading back towards the car. Right, so if you just look to the back of that round homestead into the tree line there, you can see all the trees crisscrossing where they're falling and all. So it's basically right along that side as far as the eye can see, and as you get towards the main forestry gate that goes in down there, it's all the same. So even if you got across the stream here and went across towards that homestead, you couldn't get behind it and walk back along the tree line on the other side of the river. Not a hope in hell. It's just too densely crisscrossed, blocking the path, so there's no clear path. You'd be climbing for hours getting along the bottom there to try and get into the track down there. It's not worth it. Right, so I'm now coming to the official gate where it says KIDLAND FOREST with a green notice board, and obviously the official track going in, the yellow gate, metal one with the 4 locks on. It's just over there in between those trees. Beautiful sunny day now and all. I'm glad I've got my thin jacket on. It's starting to warm up now. I'll probably get a nice sun tan on my forehead. Stream coming down there. This is how it's flooded. Probably be frog spawn and frogs. It's absolutely really full of water. All the grass area coming down the bottom here. And it'll probably never dry out as well, because it's just underneath the lip of the trees where the sun can't get to it. When I came here with Leonie, when she came, we seen those pink cushion things against the trees. And we're wondering what they were, because of those lilo bed things that campers lie on to make them more comfortable when they're camping out. But they're tied around the trees to protect the mountain bikers that come screaming down that pathway there. So that's what they're for, because when I went into the trees to investigate, you can see like the tracks where the tyres have cut into the soil and they're spun round fast at the bottom here. So obviously I bet a couple of them have gone speeding the big tree at the bottom there, and that's why they've put them padded beds to protect them. There's one just there, that tree, and there's one just beyond that one further up. So look, they must come screaming down that bit of a hillock. And the way they get to it is that pathway that leads up off the side of the track there, back there where the bridge is, the new concrete bridge. So they must go up and round and come down here the hill on the mountain bikes. That's the only bit of clearing in the trees, that's patched there, look. But you've got to go about 30 to 50 feet up high, and you'd have to walk across the top and hopefully drop down if you can further through. But throughout the forest, all the trees are just dying, snapping and falling over. So that's why you're constantly seeing them crisscrossed over. Right, so I'm back to the official gate for the drive in here. Right, so I'm just ducking underneath this gate. So bye for now. Right, so this is the bit of stream that's coming round and down from the main signpost here where it says KIDLAND through the forestry gate. snakes round here, creates a bit of an island in the middle with the moss, and it goes down and round, and it comes to these concrete square towers with little stud bars just sticking out them. So they must have been going to put a gate on at one time, but they've never gotten round to it. Looks like there's some people have gone across there and their vehicles and all just gone through the river and up the bank. But them lads that were in the Land Rovers the other day, the 4-wheel drives, they came down here. I thought, well, how they're going to get through that gate because it's locked. But I can see what they've done now. They've just drove through that gap in the fence between the yellow post and the wooden post. As you can see the sign in the dip on the right hand side there, where they've just came round and skirted past that bit of a tree that's sticking out. So they're getting past the yellow gate that way. They're coming down from Whiteburn Shank Cottage and then came through the rapids here. But I didn't have to go through this one today because I did the Laura Croft by going across the footbridge and clambered over 2 fallen trees to get across the river onto the track just there. So I missed this one out, but I still had to plodge through 2 further ahead, well 3. But the sun's shining off the water there, it's dead inviting, lovely. It's making us feel thirsty. Right, so back to the new concrete bridge down there, and then make my way past the turn off for the KIDLAND cottages, and then head through the valleys at the bottom, over the 3-4 bridges back to the car. So bye for now on a beautiful sunny day at Clennell.